Howdy crew, I have a bit of an unexpected update slash review for y'all pertaining to today's earlier vlogs. Let's get to it. As y'all saw in prior vlogs and a short earlier about the putting together of the tactical panel to be put in the welding rig of all the different pouches on the MOLLE panel that goes on the back of the front seats in the truck. I was working on it and everything was going great, and I was unexpectedly detained and taken away from all that. So I left everything where it was, the fabrication table, all the filming stuff was out, just everything was left right where it was because I had some unexpected come up. And several hours later, I go back outside, found out it had been raining. And that was not necessarily a fun sight. Fabrication table is completely wet. I know you all seen that I bought the waterproof tarp just for it, and it's completely wet. And then this was laying right on top where you all last saw it on the table. So y'all may think this could be soaking wet, but actually it wasn't soaking wet. Just the top has moisture in it, but not all the way through it. I checked every single pouch on here, and I checked through all the different things. Everything was dry inside. I will mention that there's this one, it did feel damp on the inside, but it was not wet to where I could find any water droplets, any actual moisture I could streak with my fingers to where I could rub it in there and find out my finger. It just felt a little damp. But every single pouch on here, even this one was still open, but with it laying flat, there was no moisture in there. It was completely dry inside. So I do want to throw that out there. It was not a review that I was intentionally planning on. The rain that was expected here in Los Angeles, I thought it was going to be in the morning. Well, it came a little bit later in the afternoon. So I've been having this dry for a bit, seeing how well it would dry. And it's been drying decently. There's still dampness to it, especially on the Velcro. But on the inside, it is still dry. Nothing has soaked through. I've checked all throughout these pouches. Everything's great. So I do want to mention that buying this through Temu, still very, very happy with it, even with this. So out on a job site, having to get in a truck, rain's pouring inside, I'm not worried about it getting inside into the actual pouches themselves. Gets on this, that's completely fine. Again, the truck has really nice leather interior, so if anything gets wet, I'm not worried about that. And I just wanted to throw that out there. So if y'all are looking for this on Temu, I'm not sponsored by them or anything like that. I'm just thinking that y'all might want to know something that's a good deal and something so far that has done well for me. I think it's a really good deal. Take it for what you want, whether you think it's a good deal or not. Again, Maker, M-A-I-K-E-R, sells this exact same thing with the exact same pictures as Temu and Amazon. They all have the exact same pictures for this product on their websites. Maker sells it for $85.99. Amazon was selling it for $50, $60, going up to $70. Temu had it listed for $40, then went down to $30, then $25, and I eventually got it for $20.33. And I got two of these whole panels with all the pouches, so $20.33 each. But I do want to mention that yes, going to be considered a blunder, but also it's a nice mistake that this was left out in the rain and everything is dry on the inside. The outside's still wet. So if y'all have this in a vehicle, I'd recommend having, it's still wet and it's been hours since I've had it inside, that you have the heater on or something to air it out, have windows down in a garage, let it air out overnight so it doesn't get mildewy or smell after a while. So I do want to mention that it is still very, very wet. I don't know if you all can see the sheen on my fingers from the moisture of the Velcro. But the rest of it doesn't feel too bad. The inside, again, is all dry. This one did feel like there's a little bit of moisture, but I could not find any to where I'd look at my finger and find actual moisture on the finger. It just felt damp. But again, no water droplets. Nothing felt like it soaked all the way through. So I just wanted to go over that. So if y'all are looking for these, so far, I'm really liking it more and more. Obviously, I think it looks awesome. It's going to be very utilitarian and going to put a lot of stuff in these. But I just want to throw that out there. So if y'all are thinking about it, this was an unexpected test, if you want to put it that way. And I just wanted to put that out there for y'all if you're looking into it, that it is not waterproof necessarily, but more water resistant on that side, at least from this one. If y'all get a different one for some reason and it's not, then I don't want to say that one's going to be water resistant, but this one is water resistant to a point. And I know some of them say waterproof. I never trust that when it says waterproof when it comes from China or some of the stuff where it still looks like it could be a fabric, especially around the zippers. So I do want to throw that out there as a little bit of a disclaimer. But yeah, I thought y'all might like that little bit of an update tonight. So anyways, it's holding up pretty good. It's not falling apart at the seams. It's not disintegrating. It got pretty darn wet out there. I mean, the water was pooled up on top. So I'm happy with it. I think it's great. And also the water was pooled up on top of the fabrication table, and all the seams on the side are dry all the way around. There's no moisture on the panel itself, nothing soaked through on the back. Again, this was sitting on the fabrication table, as y'all saw, and nothing soaked through the back. I picked it up and the back was completely dry, even after sitting out there for, I don't know how long it had been raining. It could have been over an hour by that point, at least. And it wasn't a heavy rain, but a consistent good drizzle where everything is completely wet, puddles everywhere. So I do want to throw that out, that if y'all are looking for something that's seeming heavy duty at first and looks good at first looks, feels heavy duty. Again, I haven't tested this in the field or nothing, so I can't promise anything about that. But if y'all looking for something like that, I'd suggest looking into this, see what y'all think. I think it's going to perform very well for many uses, applications, and that is heavy duty, especially since I think it might be the same as what Maker sells for such a high price. So I do want to throw that out there. Hope y'all enjoyed, and I'll see y'all in the next vlog.